fuck out of bed, bitch, go.
GM, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, taking a look at some of the altcoin outperformance going on right now, and BTC not giving the entries that people want, and the bears seemingly getting a bit more wrecked here. So if you enjoy this one, make sure you subscribe to the channel and drop me a big GM in the comment section down below. Let's get the positive vibes rolling. So chart on screen, BTC versus the US dollar. Since the Blackrock bottom was put in, back here on the 15th of June, we have been in a bit of up-only mode, a huge pump off the lows there, and now setting in a new yearly high over the last week. So 31.5 is the yearly high for the year 2023, and now we're targeting new highs yet again. So various TA experts out there are predicting a few price levels here, so let's just mark them off. So the first and most obvious is going to be the 32.5k level. So somewhere around here, there's a couple of highs there, which also has confluence with a weekly level there. So 32.5k, you may have heard of that one going around. Then we look a little bit higher, somewhere around here, the big 35k region, another one that people are targeting. And then we have a huge cluster in here at around $38,000 to $40,000. And the reason why people are getting very bullish around this is if you look at the monthly here, closing in just 3 days time, the monthly candle has been a bullish engulfing if it closes anywhere near where it is thus far. 29.8k is the actual minimum it needs to be in order to close that as a bullish engulfing candle of the previous month. And typically when you get a bullish engulfing, it is a start of a larger move higher. It's not typically one that just fizzles out straight away. So mid 30s, maybe even to the high 30s into 40k territory, definitely on the cards here for the crypto market. And this is providing some nice movements across the altcoin board as well. A lot of things yet definitely going to be wrecked, but the winners do seem to be winning here. So let's have a look at a few. Quick news flash here. Hong Kong's largest bank, HSBC, offers Bitcoin and ETH ETFs to customers, absolutely front running the Blackrock ETF in the West. The East comes out with this one. Out in Hong Kong, no problemo. So HSBC backing crypto there, quite an interesting one. We're also seeing charts being posted like this, you know, those kind of infographics. Now we're getting Conflux versus Bitcoin, ADA, Matic, and ARB coming from Chinese influencers. This is the start of something I would very much like to see. The Chinese Ethereum being shilled like crazy by people out in the East. Stat of the day for you on screen here, we have a major crossover. The amount of ETH locked, i.e. ETH into staking contracts here, the blue line, which has gone up turbo time, versus the amount of ETH on centralized exchanges, which has been trickling down. The movement from centralized exchanges to decentralized exchanges is on the go. And also we're seeing ETH balances come off centralized entities onto ETH staking services. And that crossover has happened for the first time here on the 26th of June, 2023. A major stat for the fanboys out there. Moving on, Ansem has posted this: crypto total market cap at a very pivotal point. So there's some huge confluences at this $1.4 trillion level on the chart, which I'm going to show you in just a sec. He says, we peaked at 3 trillion for total market cap late 2021, retested the all-time highs from the previous cycle, 750 bill, and it has been sideways now for around 400 days, but general sentiment is currently horrible. Unquestionably, we're in a bull market with a confirmed breakout in Q3, in his opinion. Buy the dips, sell late 2025. Let's jump into the chart. As I minimize myself a little bit there, 1.4 trillion on the left-hand side, draw your attention to this. This is a pivotal horizontal level. 1.4 trill hit here, comes and tests as support after a nice rally. Again, the rally continues from that point. We always come down. Once again, May, the absolute nuke, 1.4, again, a bounce point. We crashed through it back in July of 2022, come up and test it. It provides a major resistance. So 1.4 trill is the resistance. We then come down to the previous cycle high of around 750, 760 bill for the total market cap. And more recently, we've had a few struggles at 1.4 trillion yet again. We broke back under it, but now we're having a retest. As I zoom in for you here, we retest in $1.4 trillion on the total market cap, and it looks like at this point in time, it's holding up. So the analysis, if we can accelerate from 1.4 trillion, you can see the importance of that big horizontal level. This puts us in a very much bullish trajectory if this continues into Q3, as per Ansem's post there, alpha galore. So some very interesting updates on these altcoins here. WooFi. So this is the DEX version of Woo, just a centralized exchange, but also a decentralized exchange. They say, look, we're bringing out perps here, but on chain. So this is actually in conjunction with Orderly Network over on Near. So this is quite an interesting one, and I think that those that can dominate on-chain perps are the ones who are going to be the huge winners here. People trade perps a shit ton. They love to gamble on leverage. As per the post down here, you can see total perps trading volume 229 billion, creating 277 mil in fees in total, over 1.8 million users. Those numbers speak for themselves. GMX and DYDX are the leaders in the market thus far, but of course this is a marketplace that will continue to shape up into the next bull cycle, and the big winners of this will rake in huge amounts of fees. So they've launched 3 new perp contracts here: Bitcoin, ETH, and NIA, all with up to 10x leverage. So in their blog post, they put this: today is the day that WooFi DEX makes its grand debut on the on-chain derivatives scene with a beta release of 3 perps contracts with 10x leverage, customizable workspaces, deep liquidity powered by the orderly network, and of course, complete self-custody. This is a DEX after all. The future of perps is decentralized, and WooFi DEX has every weapon in its arsenal to become the protagonist in this story, leveraging its unique ability to replicate the feel of sex and combine it with the self-sovereignty of a DEX. You gotta love the double entendre of sex there. So let's jump into the Woo exchange here, and you can see WooFi. This is all DEX-based trading. You would probably think to yourself, this looks like a SEX. Indeed it does. And the 3 markets are now launched on here: Bitcoin perp, ETH perp, and NIA perp. On the left-hand side, then you have this, a new tab, Orderly Network. So this is in conjunction with NIA. So NIA and Woo together building some cool stuff. And it says next generation trading infrastructure, listed on here as well, being tapped into by WooFi DEX, Ref Finance, and also Jump DeFi as well, big name in the market making space. So I think this will have a positive outcome for the Woo price overall, currently at 21.9 cents. We just go down to this over the last 6 months. I'll take off the ETH pairing there, just cash USD. It had a bit of a nasty nuke as of late, down to like 15, 16 cents, starting to recover here. But I think this could be one of the major centralized exchange coin winners due to the fact it's not just a SEX coin but also a DEX coin as well. They're really going to try and do everything, and with a huge nuclear hole that FTX has left behind, someone that needs to really rival Binance, and it looks at the moment in time it's going to be either Woo or OKX. So a huge slice of the pie could be eaten up by Woo. I would like to see this one at all-time highs in the next couple years. Now, the nation's favorite frog coin, Pepe, is moving today again. The most entertaining outcome is the most likely, a reference to Elon's tweet just a few days back there. Now, would the most entertaining outcome be that the frog coin flips the dog coins? As old dogs fail to learn new tricks, we're seeing the gap between the frog and the dogs get smaller and smaller. 76% gainer over the last 7 days versus just 7% and around 6%. 700 mil market cap, 4.5 billion, 9.1. So first on the menu would be to flip SHIB. That is a 6.5x away for Pepe. Now, Pepe today has started to tick back up. We tested the lows on a few occasions here at around 149, whatever it is, many zeros away from being $1, but it's really started to poke its head up here. It's now trading at 163. After we broke this long downtrend here, coincided with just after the Blackrock announcement, it seemed to grab a load of liquidity for the first leg up. We haven't seen a real FOMO leg as yet on Pepe, and we pretty much know it's going to come. The next weekly level, so this is the actual weekly target, it's around 280, so around a 75% gain, say. And then the top, the previous top on a closing basis is around here, which is around 380. 135% away. Then the ultimate top on the wick at 450 is 180% off. Each cycle we get a brand new meme coin that does exceptionally well, and I do believe it will be Pepe. The memes are flying. The community is very much a cult. A lot of people absolutely hate this thing as well, which makes you even more bullish on it. And as an instrument to gauge crypto liquidity and how bullish we are, I think you've got to hold some of this in your portfolio. Now, another coin that is typically leading the charge is Injective Protocol. Now, Injective is a Cosmos hub, and it has a market cap of around $600 million there, and it is typically leading the charge for crypto altcoins more widely, but definitely for the kind of DEX landscape as well. When it has a leg up, it takes a lot of things with it, and that is the 1 year chart on this thing, and it looks damn impressive. Any news, when roadmap, etc.? Well, they have stated this: Injective AI search is here, a few experiments in the AI pipeline here, and so it seems they fed their docs to the OpenAI stack. It says to rapidly ask, search, and find relevant info when building on Injective. Much more AI work is happening under the hood. So does this mean that the AI can now just code us up an Injective-based DeFi dApp in a few seconds? I'm not entirely sure, but that sounds like they're trying to get on the whole AI bandwagon here and use some nice buzzwords. Typically pretty good for price. So with the Injective chart looking like that, can I interest you in a Cosmos chart that also looks pretty good over the last 6 months? That is the Kujira chart here. So if Cosmos can get a bit of a bid, I think this one absolutely sends. There's a handful of decent projects in the Cosmos eco, and I think Kujira is one of the real outliers to do exceptionally well. Market cap around $100 million only. Have you checked out my Sonar video as of yet? And have you used the Sonar app and the suite of features enabled on there? If you haven't, do check out the video. I'll leave it at the end. But I think you will be impressed with what Kujira is building. Shippers, shippers, shippers. That is all I have to say about this team. And from what we've seen during this bearish trend in the market, those who have been shipping products consistently have been the ones outperforming. So I think that trend is set to continue. Now just ending up here on the total 3, you can see we've kind of put in a bit of a double bottom. So the altcoins, as this denotes Bitcoin and ETH removed from total market cap. This is pretty much the health of the altcoin sector. You can see this kind of level here, about $300 billion. We breached just below it at the start of the new year. And then we had that impulse into Q1. We've come down and tested very near it. We've actually put in a slightly higher low, however, and started to move away from here. Now in the TradFi world, the liquidity is generally improving at this point. US liquidity is up, global liquidity is up, bond market volatility is down, and the DXY is also trending downwards as well, which is typically very good for crypto assets. So we could actually just generally be very near the bottom here. And this is kind of my take on things right now. We are at the bottom. Blackrock news is a huge fundamental catalyst for this space. And if you work on the basis that the bottom is in, you're buying at the least risky time in the cycle now. We're literally near the bottoms for total 3. Next moving up will take us to around $400 billion, close the gap from around May of 22, $600 billion, and then we're looking towards maybe all-time highs of around $1 trillion on the total 3 market cap. So as Ansem tweeted earlier, dips are for buying. We're looking to sell our bags late in the year 2025, where we can use all the fresh retail as exit liquidity and make off like bandits. I hope you're down for that plan. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.